Welcome back to the Hexagon Challenge. In today's episode, we have our two legs in the Champions League first round in the African Champions League. Just to remind you how it works, once you win this two-legged game, once you win this round, you go straight to the group stage. The group stage is 6 games. Teams play each other twice. Apparently, it's 16 teams, but it's groups of 4, I think. Top 2 go through the quarters, and then they're just 2 legs until you get to the final, which is also 2 legs. We've drawn Enugu Rangers, who are a team from Africa. Obviously, they're from Africa. They're from Nigeria, I mean. They're a 2-star team, so I don't think we should have too much problems with them. We did only draw our second leg game 1-1, but we heavily rotated the side. We also won our opening league game 4-0. We've got 3 league games. We'll of course, play those off camera as well between those games. And this is the team we're going with. It's the regular 11 that you'd expect. We've got Mamish in goal, back 4 of Azi, Kachiche, Belaid, and Koulibaly. Slimani and Jabali back from his injury back into the starting lineup. Lara on the right, Hamidi on the left, and Trebelsi and Angua up top. Angua already with 5 goals to his name. He is some boy for the fee we paid. It is a hell of a transfer. I don't think I've had such a good return from. Obviously, I've had good returns from free transfers. That's by the by. But from players I've actually had to pay for is unbelievable stuff. So Angua, yeah, he looks a real player, a real option. But this is probably more of a test. I do think we probably should be winning this one as well. We are at home again for the first leg, but I do think this will be more of a test than the team we played in the preliminary round. I think, obviously, 20 minutes in, we're not a goal up, so it is clearly a little bit more difficult. But I still fancy us to get the win. 25 minutes in, not a single highlight though, but now we finally have one. And Jabali plays it to Slimani, out wide to Azi. Azi looks for his option, finds Lara, the Chilean. Don't know what he did there, but he lost it and won it back. But unfortunately, his ball into the middle. The effort from Angua is cut out, and unfortunately, it does remain 0-0. A little bit of a knock for Hamidi. I didn't see exactly what it was, but we'll leave him on for now. Hopefully he recovers. Jabali into Angua. Angua into the injured Hamidi. Hamidi from distance. Good save from the other goalkeeper. Keeps it 0-0. We've got a corner. 35th minute approaching. Lara Croft to take. Whips in. Cleared. Falls to Angua, but his effort is once again blocked and once again out for another corner. Lara to take once again on the left-hand side. Swings the ball in, tries to find the head of Kachiche, can't find it, but Hamidi picks up the scraps, and Barakat Hamidi finishes off brilliantly, even with the injury. He makes it 1-0 to Sahel. Brilliant stuff. We're 1-0 up, and maybe now I can see what it was. A tight thigh, he should be able to get through it. We'll at least get him to half-time. If we have to take him off, we have to take him off. Jabali stands over the free kick, plays it to Trebelsi, who smashes one from distance, but unfortunately it does go wide of the mark, remains 1-0. But even though we've not scored plenty in this first half, the other team haven't really tested us too badly. They haven't really done anything of note. We'll just tell them not to get complacent. He is injured, so we are going to take him off for Leandro Lopez. We'll chuck Trebelsi onto the left-hand side. He's obviously still getting used to playing on that side. He's basically our second choice left winger now. Leandro Lopez is basically our second choice striker. So that's kind of how that's working. Koulibaly swings in the corner, falls to Belaid, who plays in Lopez off the bench, but unfortunately his effort goes over the bar once again. Remains 1-0. They're down to 3. Well, they're not down to anything, but they've got 3 yellow cards already. I'm surprised they're... Well, how have they got 3? Someone must have went off. Someone must have been subbed off. I'm surprised they're changing formation. I guess they're going for it a little bit more. They were maybe expecting a tougher game, but they've gone to a back 5, so they're trying to go for it a little bit more than with the 4-4-2, and they've got a chance, and they've got a goal. Enugu Rangers have equalised, and it is 1-1, and we need to be worried about this because, like I say, the second leg is away from home, inevitably going to be tougher. We've not been our absolute best today. We've not created enough. They've scored their first good chance. Oh, how have we not scored? I think we've got a penalty. There's a VAR check going on, but I don't know how that hasn't ended up in the back of the net. It's just rolled across the goal line. No one was able to put it in, but it doesn't matter. Well, maybe it won't matter because we've got a penalty, and our centre-back, Belaid, stands over the penalty to give us back the lead. Of course he does. Mr. Reliable, bottom left-hand corner. Zinedine Belaid gets his second penalty goal of the season, and he makes it 2-1 with 20 minutes to go. we're looking good for the win. We will make a change. Not being too impressed with Jabali, so we'll bring Hugo Pereira on, swap those two round, and I guess we'll just leave it there. You know what? We'll also bring Yahya on as well for Johan Lara. 20 minutes to go. We obviously want to give him more game time. Still a 5-star potential player. Tunisian as well, so we want to give him as much game time as we can without sacrificing the team. And it is Yahya, plays in Pereira, the two substitutes linking up, plays it into Azzi, who whips it in, and Angua gets it in the back of the net. Apparently it's offside. Didn't look offside to me. The referee is checking VAR. He looked onside to me. Maybe must have just went ahead of the cross being being swung in. I've been pulling weeds out the garden, so the hay fever's really kicking in. But yeah, I mean, a little bit disappointing that one's been ruled off. I didn't think it looked it myself. We've got a couple players injured, so we are going to bring Mabea on. I normally would bring Evan Gulu on at right back, but we'll bring Mabea on. Can't really play right back, but he can do a job for 10 minutes. And we might have to do a job here because we're going to get caught on the counter. Some sloppy play from us has allowed them to catch us on the counter, but it was one of the worst counterattacks I've ever seen. So slow and nothing came of it. Trabelsi down the left-hand side, playing unfamiliar position to him, I guess, but he's learning it more and more every time he plays there. Unfortunately, couldn't repeat his good goal that he scored in the last episode from the left-hand side. Does remain 2-1. Looks like we are going to win the game, but certainly not a done deal in that second leg. Definitely a play for with it being away from home. So, like I said, we'll play those league games off camera, and we'll come back for that second leg. We are back for the second game, the second leg away to Enugu Rangers. We played the 3 league games off camera. Of course, we won them all. But for our second leg, a spanner's been thrown in the works. Look at all these players away on international duty. We're going to miss Mabea. He's away with Ivory Coast under 23s. Koulibaly, the same. Yahya away with the Tunisians. Angua, also Ivory Coast. Trabelsi, Tunisia. What on earth are they doing? Oh, there's some qualifying games for the under 23s. This is such a vital game for us, and we're missing Angua, Koulibaly, and Trabelsi, 3 key players. So really worried about that. We've had to change formation. We just don't have enough players for it. We've only got 3 on the bench. But this is the team we're going with. We're going with a 4-2-3-1. Mamish in goal. Back 4 of Azzi, Kachiche, Belaid, and Malmqvist. Malmqvist is going to be our left back. Pereira and Jabali are going to be our 2 centre mids. Lara Slimani in the middle as a 10. And Hamidi on the left. And Leandro Lopez as the lone striker. So hopefully the 4-2-3-1 works. I mean, we haven't played it so far, this save. It usually works out pretty well. But we only won 2-1 at home. So we're definitely not, we're not in the clear here. We do need to be careful. And a change of formation on a whim, I don't like it. We've had to play players that we wouldn't normally play in positions we wouldn't normally play as well. I'm not a fan of this, and I do think there's a banana slip here where we could get knocked out and we'd have to do the Champions League all over again. So hopefully we can get a goal and settle my nerves as well as probably the players because, I mean, this is just ridiculous planning. Now, maybe I will hold my hands up. I may have missed the little inbox item where you can withdraw players from international selection, but I didn't notice it. So usually I do notice those things. I'm quite up on them. I kind of notice them and withdraw when I don't want them going. But I didn't notice it this time. So whether I just didn't get the option or whether it is my fault and I've just totally missed it, I don't know. But I didn't see it. So, it's been a massive spanner in the works. We've had to think on the fly. This should be okay, a 4-2-3-1. At least we've got pretty much every player in a natural position. Slimani can play as a 10. I'm not worried about that. Malmqvist as a left back. Not sure about that, but he swung a ball in here. And it's fell to Hamidi. And Barakat Hamidi gets it in the back of the net to make it 1-0. 3-1 on aggregate. And that has settled the nerves a little bit. We feel a little bit better now. Obviously, win this game, we're into the African Champions League group stage. So provided we do win this, that will be our next episode. We will come back for the first 2 games of the group. There's obviously 6 games in the group. So we're going to do the first 2 and the last 2 in the next couple episodes. So that's the plan moving forward. But yeah, I mean, definitely a big spanner in the works. I'll try to hopefully avoid this, but hopefully this doesn't happen throughout the season. These under 23 things getting in the way of it. Lopez races across in front of his man, gets his effort off, but unfortunately it was either blocked or saved, and remains 1-0 on the night, 3-1 on aggregate. Nothing comes from the corner, and the score remains the same as what I've just mentioned. But thankfully, I guess with the 4-2-3-1, we've probably got a little bit more possession. We're a little bit more in control, maybe less attacking. So I guess for an away leg, it's not the worst formation to play anyway. These played a 4-4-2 in the first leg as well, and then switched to a back five. And they actually looked more dangerous when they went to the back five. So I'm surprised they wouldn't start with it, given that they know they need to get the win tonight, and they do need to overcome a deficit. But we swing one in. Lara, I thought might have just been fouled there, but he didn't go down. Nothing comes of the cross. Pereira plays it into that number 10 Slimani, into Lopez, who's a decent striker, but I don't think he's an out-and-out on his own, good enough to be on his own. Maybe Angua could be, but I don't know if Lopez is necessarily. I definitely think he's good with a strike partner, but him and Trabelsi, I don't know if they're good enough to lead the line on their own. Angua definitely is, but unfortunately he's away, and so is Trabelsi. Trabelsi actually got a hat-trick off the left-hand side in one of the league games, so that was quite impressive from him. A lot of the players are looking pretty fuming. I'm not sure why. We are winning the game, and we're doing okay. I mean, we've limited them to absolutely nothing, so I'm happy with it. We are only 45 minutes away from qualification into the next round, which would be the group stage, so I was a little bit worried, I was concerned, but we seem okay. Mountfist picked up a knock, so we'll bring Evangelu on, one of the few subs we can make. He's more naturally a centre-back. He can play right-back. He can't really play left-back, but he'll have to do a job before this half an hour. And hopefully don't expect him to get down the wing too much. We do have Mbaye on the bench as well, who we could bring on. Transfer deadline has passed as well. Nothing else happened from us. We didn't bring anyone in. We didn't sell anyone else. We pretty much did all our business quite early in the window. I think we were scrambling for a goalkeeper throughout most of it, but we ended up finding one. And to be honest, fingers crossed, don't want to speak too early, but Mamish seems quite decent. I shouldn't have said that when these have got a highlight and they're facing our box and they do turn. Oh, it's a good save from Mamish. He heard me praising him. Usually they switch off. Oh no, he'll have to do it again. And he hasn't done it again. That was sloppy work from someone in the middle. We've lost the ball. I think it was Jabali lost the ball. It's 1-1 on the night. It's 3-2 on aggregate. 20 minutes for them to get back in it. We've dominated them. We just haven't scored enough. And this is what I mean with Lopez leading the line. I'll take a draw right now. I will honestly take a draw right now just to get us through. Big tackle from there, man, but nothing came of it. As he plays it to Jabali, needs to make up for his mistake. He looks like he's trying to. Plays it out to Evangelu, not really the out-and-out left back that you'd want. Slimani, though, what a finish. A lovely layoff from Lara. There's no way he's offside. He was outside the box. How could he have been offside? Unless it was Lara that was offside. I don't know who they would think was offside, but he wasn't offside. Slimani, lovely finish into the bottom right-hand corner. He's done well as a 10, to be fair, and obviously that goal's capped it off. 2-1 on the night, 4-2 in aggregate. Look like we're going to have a repeat of the first leg with the 2-1 result. But yeah, we're looking good. Looks like we are going to qualify, which is good. I was a little bit worried with all the changes we had to make, but thankfully we are going to qualify. There is a late chance, though, for Enugu Rangers to get one, and if we hadn't scored that, if they do score here, they would have actually levelled it up. I don't know if there's away goals in the African Champions League. I don't know if there's away goals in any of the Champions Leagues. They did actually level it up. It might have been offside, though. That's a good job we scored, because they would have levelled it up late on, which would have stepped me into a spiral. But it was offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. So the spiral would have been short-lived. And that's it, full time. We do win 4-2 on aggregate. That does mean we progress through to the group stage. Let's see. I don't know if the group stage will be drawn straight away. It doesn't look like it. We get a little bit of money. Finances are okay. When do we get the draw? Does it happen straight away? Or are we still waiting on some of the game? No, everyone's played. We'll click continue a couple of times, see if we can get that draw. I don't know when the group would be, or whether it gets drawn later on. I don't know. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, though, so I guess we'll find out in the next episode who we're playing. Oh, well, we've got the dates anyway. We don't know who we're playing yet. So we're going to come back for here. Nicely, there's nothing in between. So we'll come back for end of November, start of December for these two games in the Champions League group stage. And that will be next episode. So we'll play these games off camera, the Cup and the League. And we'll come back for these first two games in our group next episode. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Hexagon Challenge. And I'll see you all for more very soon.